Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 6:05. Raining out, as you can see. Let's get start. Getting a little bit of a late start. First light's in about 10 or so minutes, and the stand is about 10 or so minutes away. So we'll get there a little late, but shouldn't be too big of a deal. They've mostly been moving about 20 minutes after first light, which is about 6:30 is when they've been moving. First light's, I don't know, about 6:15, 6:20. But they've been moving pretty good during daylight, especially some bucks. And so now that I've got 2 does this year, just gonna be going for bucks. And they've got a couple good 8 points that I'm targeting today, but we'll see if they decide to come out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I made it. I'm about to walk into the stand, and as you can see, it's just about first light, so hopefully we get there in time. Hopefully Big Buck comes out chasing early. It should be fun. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just shot, I think it was an 8-point buck about, I don't know, 10 yards away, and I just found my arrow right here, went straight through him, found it in the ground, you know, all bloody like it is. So I think he's probably dead. I saw him run that way, but I'm just gonna give him a few hours, just let him go off and pass away, and then we'll go see if we can find him. November 5th, rainy, windy, not optimal conditions, about 65 degrees and very wet. But man, 10-point buck. I took a video with my phone of those does, but he just came in right after those does, put my sights on him, fired about 10 yards, and he went down about 80 yards later, I would say. So, gonna go drag him out, gut him, do all that fancy stuff, and probably mount him. I mean, a 10-point is my first ever buck. That's pretty crazy. And there he is, the mighty whitetail buck. Wow. Yep, that's a solid 10-pointer. Wow. Pretty good shot on him. Sweet. What a day. I realized as I'm overlooking the footage here at home while I'm editing, I didn't really give a full explanation of what exactly happened, so I figured I'd take this time to do it. I've got a little bit of a cold now, as you can tell, but basically, I was rattling and grunting. I did it the first time at probably 6:30 right after first light, pretty soon after I got into the stand. And then I did it again about 15 to 20 minutes later, and not 2 to 3 minutes after that, those does walked in with those fawns. And the fawns at first, they kind of spooked, and so the fawns kind of ran off, and then the doe kind of put her tail up and started to go. And so my thought was they smelled me or they saw me, but then I just hear thumping through the woods, and this buck comes through the woods on the other side, walks across the pasture to me, comes right below my stand. I say right below. He was probably 10 yards away, and so I shot him intentionally high. Arrow went through him, down, hit all of his vitals, and he probably ran 100 yards maybe. And then, I got to take the camera up to him and film that, but then I was just too excited, dragging him out and gutting him, all that. And I did decide I'd mount him, so I would give more of an explanation, but it'll take, 10 to 12 months until that taxidermy is done. But a 10-point buck for my first ever buck is pretty impressive, which is why I'm mounting him. I know he's not a huge buck, not a huge body. His rack isn't amazing. Probably wouldn't typically mount him, but, as a first one, I couldn't pass that up. You only ever get your first one once. That's why it's called your first one. So that's that. So I'm done for about 2 weeks until gun season starts, and then obviously archery season continues. But I've got my big buck out of the way, so now I can really be patient and wait on something even bigger. And in the meantime, that'll give me even more time to film other hunting videos, hunting tips, collections, different things like that. So make sure you stay tuned, and make sure you subscribe if you're interested in hunting and fishing videos, because it is that time of year. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.